At 6:30, 15 minutes before boarding, the gang regrouped at gate 26 and took seats. Red proudly showed off all the purchases inside her enormous shopping bags. I must say, what this world lacks in color, it makes up for in merchandise. I found this exquisite leather bag made from an animal called a foe. I got this delicious bottle of perfume called Febreze. I don't cry for help. I write at night because less people tend to bother me at night. That's nice because I can focus. I like to write in my spare bedroom that is full of tacky nerd merchandise. That's helpful. That helps me be creative. And I love listening to film scores when I write because I think that inspires story more than anything. Okay. Yeah. One more question, just real quick. Can I get a peek? Every night before I went to bed, and I always had a million questions about all the characters and their motives and yada yada yada. And my mom finally got so tired of answering my questions, she said, "Christopher, why don't you just write your own fairy tale?" And here we are. Thank you. And I love reading things like Harry Potter and books by Ava Botson. And I remember the last Harry Potter book emotionally scarred me so much. But I felt the only way I could ever fill the void was by emotional scarring other people. And so that's why I like writing so much. Yeah, thank you.
That's great.
Oz was the biggest inspiration. And if you kind of look at the Land Story structure, it's structured very similar to the Wizard of Oz, where they're on a quest, they're going through the different parts of the world, while the evil queen / wicked witch is brooding in the foreground. So I'd say Wizard of Oz the most. Thank you. Why? Oh gosh. Well, I think my public answer is Connor. Connor and Alex, but I really love Connor's story throughout the series because he starts off as the kid that takes naps in class. And by the end of the books, he's the kid that saves the world. So I think that's a good story. But I do love Mother Goose because she's such a bad influence. so yeah, I think those two are some of my favorites. Thank you. It's the best advice I can give to aspiring writers is to not be intimidated by other writers, because other writers get very, very competitive about writing, and some of the writers that I've asked for advice from are always very discouraging and say, well, just don't do it. So I would take it with a grain of salt, but I think writer's block is a hard thing for a lot of writers, and I feel like as soon as you feel it coming on, just get up and walk away from your computer or your pad of paper. And the more you sit and fester it, the worse it's going to be. So as soon as you feel it coming, just walk away and then come back when you have an idea later. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Is there a certain thing besides just getting up and walking away? Because, some people get to the point where they have writer's block for like 6 months straight. How do you get past that?
Gosh, very good question. I listen to a lot of music. I think having other things in your life to focus on too, and kind of divert your attention is really good for that. But honestly, I think that's really the only advice I give is to not focus on the fact that we have nothing to focus on. To throw some other things in there and to go outside your house, walk around, let the inspiration find you if you find it. Yeah, thanks. I used to write down chapters, and I take them to my grandma's house, and she would grammar check it, she'd spell check it, and if she liked it, she'd keep it in a pile, but if she didn't like it, she'd crumble it up in front of me and throw it away. And I grew some character from that. But it's funny, I think she gave it to me honestly, and I think that really helped me the most, more than anything in the long run. Yeah, so I don't know, there's no hard feelings. But she's still, the first book, the longest thing I had ever written was like an essay at school. And while I was writing the first book, I was also on a world tour with Glee. So I had this crazy routine where I would come in before the show, I'd go underneath the stage, into the dressing rooms. I'd write a chapter, I'd go sing Don't Stop Believing, I'd come back, I'd edit a chapter, I'd run out, sing, I Want to Hold Your Hand, come back, write some more, slap on a leotard, go do Single Ladies, come back, and I did that for months and months and months, and that's the reason why I am the way I am today. Go on to the festival now, and so please get out your raffle ticket.
The film rights to my life story for years. I keep telling him they're not for sale, but he still spoils me with meals and gifts in hopes that I'll change my mind. Apparently he's got his hands full of opening a theme park next year. I'd never say this to his face, but it sounds like a bust. I don't know how it happened, but I accidentally stumbled into the offices of a director named Billy Wilder. He took one look at me and begged me to audition for the female lead of his new film, The 7-Year Itch. A career in the film industry was something I never thought possible. There isn't enough light in the world to smooth my wrinkled face for a close-up. Mr. Wilder assured me I was perfect for the role, and they had been searching for months to find an actress with my charm and charisma. How can you say no to that? Mr. Wilder gave me the script and took me to the soundstage where they were shooting the screen tests. I don't want to jinx things, but I have to say, I nailed it.